Hello and welcome to Cooking with the Wooden Spoon. Today we are making feta stuffed chicken, and I promise you, you're going to love it. I think if I had another name for this chicken, it would be secretly simple feta stuffed chicken. It really is quite easy to make. I know that I say that for a lot of recipes, but this one is true. You can see in front of me, there are hardly any ingredients. It really comes together quickly. In fact, when I used to work, I would make this chicken whenever I had a day off. I would put it in a casserole dish, cover it, put it in the refrigerator, and then just pull it out whatever day I wanted to make it. It's beautiful when we're done with the chicken and it comes time to present it. You will see that it is just a very elevated and elegant dish, but you don't have to put the work into it to make it seem like, it's fancy and beautiful. Not only is it presentation wise beautiful, it's delicious. The combination of the garlic and the cheeses and the chicken, they just work. If you like Italian food, you're going to love this. Even if you don't like Italian food, I think you're going to love this. My daughter's absolutely amazing boyfriend, Walker, he is not a chef. He would be okay with me saying to you that he is not a chef, but he makes this dish and he does it so well. He isn't comfortable in the kitchen. He's getting much better, and I love seeing it. But if Walker can make this, and he does a really good job with it on the fly too. I'm talking about preparing it in advance and whatever. He can come home and just whip it up and have it ready quickly. So if Walker can do it, and if he likes to do it, I think that that can be an inspiration for all of us. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we are going to do is trim our chicken, which I have done in advance. A lot of the times that I make chicken, I pound it so that it is tender. This time, we are just taking a chicken breast and using it as is. We are going to be using a technique called Hasselback. It's where you cut slits in the chicken, and if you bend it, you can see why it's called Hasselback. Um, Matt likes to call it Hasselhoff chicken. For all of those of a certain age, you'll get that joke. Anyone who's younger, trust me, Matt's hilarious. So we're going to Hasselhoff our chicken and stuff it with cream cheese, feta cheese. I'm using fresh herbs from the garden. If you don't have fresh herbs, honestly, most of the time I don't have fresh herbs. You can use dried herbs. And we'll be using garlic, of course, salt, pepper, and I like to sprinkle it, whether I'm using dry ingredients or whether I'm using fresh herbs, I like to sprinkle it with Italian seasoning just because I think it makes it look even prettier. So let's go ahead and get started. To Hasselback a chicken, it's pretty easy. You just cut slices in it. I like to cut my slices, I'd say, about an inch apart. Cut them deep, but not so deep that they go through the other side. About this deep. Obviously, as you get closer to the end where it's not as thick, you're going to not cut them as deep. The chicken or the feta mixture that we're putting in lends itself pretty well for these slits. So I think we will be good. As I cut each of the pieces of chicken, I'm just going to lay them into a casserole dish. that I have drizzled with olive oil. If I were making this for Lisbeth, I would crush garlic and put all along the bottom of the pan. But since Lisbeth is not coming over this week, I'm just making it for us. So not quite as much garlic. I asked Lisbeth if she's tired of me talking about how much she loves garlic. And she said, no, she's not. And actually, even if she were tired of it, she's too much of a kind heart to say that. But she loves garlic, and I think that's pretty cool. So we just lay it in the pan. I know that it's strange, but I like to alternate directions. I think that they fit in the pan a little bit better that way. Bo is trying to tell you that he absolutely loves feta stuffed chicken. Or he's maybe trying to tell you that the mailman's here. Or maybe some of his friends are walking by. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to understand Bo language, but we're trying. Okay, so I think these are going to come out pretty well. You can Hasselback chicken. You can Hasselback a roast. You can Hasselback potatoes. Another way that I love doing Hasselbacked chicken is a caprese chicken. And one of these days we will have to do that recipe. But I take tomato, fresh mozzarella, and fresh basil, and I put it in between each of these. And boy, is that good. But today's recipe is just as good. We have the chicken all set. We can set it aside. And now we're going to move to the cream cheese mixture. Our cream cheese mixture is pretty easy. I have softened the cream cheese on the counter for about a half of an hour. It just makes it easier to work with if it's a little bit softer. So in our bowl, we're going to combine a couple of tablespoons of fresh herbs, cream cheese. Bo is very interested. Good to the last drop, so I'm getting all of the cream cheese off. My friend Linda got us this handy wooden spoon because of our moniker. We're living up to it by using it in this recipe. I love the end of this wooden spoon. It is pretty cool. So just a little bit of salt and garlic, of course. Fresh garlic. You could do garlic salt. That would be fine. You could also get the garlic cloves that, oh my goodness, maybe I need to start some arm work at the gym. Maybe you can also use, oh, Bo, you're so funny. You can use the jarred garlic that you can buy in the store. And for feta cheese, this is amazing. This is from Car Valley Cheese, and I'm only going to use half of this. So I'm going to cut it in half and then crumble it into our mixture. Save the other half for something else awesome. Probably something Greek, because I love Greek food and I love feta cheese. Okay. I realized I forgot my pepper grinder, so I will be stepping away to pick up my pepper grinder. Bo said he would get it for me. Huh, cutie pie. He's very attentive. Hi, Bo. A little bit of pepper. We just mix it up. Use the wooden spoon for a while until I get it nicely together, and then if I get too frustrated, I'll just use my hands, which I think I'm gonna do. Man, it just makes things easier. I wash my hands 47,000 times a day, especially when I'm cooking, so we'll just mix this up. When you use your hands, it incorporates the garlic way more too. So this smells really good. Bo is really hoping that I accidentally throw some on the floor, but we won't. Now I'm going to rewash my hands and join you back. Oh, do you love feta stuffed chicken? Do you love it? What's your favorite part? Huh? What's your favorite part? Is it the chicken? No. Is it the cheese? I think it is. You're so cute. Okay, we're ready to stuff. Actually, we should taste our mixture first, just to make sure we have enough garlic and enough herbs. Oh, wow. That's really good. Because the feta is so, just really good from Car Valley. The next time I make this, I don't think I'm going to use any salt because the feta itself has so much salt in it. I will just have to remember that for next time. A couple of best practice tips to use Matt's engineering lingo that I hear him say a lot. Taste as you go, clean as you go. I love to have at the end of my recipe or at the end of my cooking time, I love to not have a bunch of dishes on the counter, so I always clean as I go. And Seth also has me pretty well trained to clean your knives immediately. It makes your knives last a lot longer if you keep them clean as you go. So next is another part where we're going to use our hands. I did wash my hands. We are going to take our amazing mixture and put it in the chicken. So what I like to do is, you don't have to do this, but I like to divide it into 4 in my bowl. So I squish it all down to the bottom of the bowl and then divide it into 4 equal parts. That way I know that each of the pieces of chicken is pretty much getting the same amount of the feta stuffing. Honestly, it doesn't take a whole lot of this stuffing to make your chicken taste amazing. We usually cut one of these pieces of chicken in half, and then each of us has a piece. So it's pretty good. I'm going to stuff the mixture really the whole way down as far as you can get it as close to the bottom as you can, because as this cooks, it's going to not melt completely, but it will be more melty than solid. I think that the feta cheese and the cream cheese are perfect to use for this recipe because I feel like they hold their solidity a little more than some other cheeses. Certainly, whatever cheese you have, you can use. You can stuff the chicken with, as I had said earlier, mozzarella, and that's really good too. But the cream cheese feta combination, really quite delicious. We will go ahead and stuff this and then come back together. Here is how cute that chicken is. That's awesome. We're just going to sprinkle it with some Italian seasoning mix. I buy this mix at B.Kurt Dairy, the farm store that I'm always talking about in the next town over. We are really, really, really lucky to have that store so close. So we are all ready to put this in the refrigerator. We will cook it for dinner tonight because that's what I have on my schedule. Matt asked what was for dinner, and I told him we were having this, and he said, well, when are we going to have the Alfredo? And I said, well, you could put the Alfredo on this chicken. And he said, Alfredo sauce on feta stuffed chicken? That's really rich. And I'm thinking, that sounds pretty good to me. Now, if I were to say, let's put chocolate syrup on chocolate chip cookies, he'd be like, oh, yeah. And I'd be like, that's really rich. So, just depends what you like. I think this would be perfect with Alfredo sauce, but I can understand that might be a little bit overkill for somebody who isn't into that kind of thing. But you don't need any kind of sauce. You don't need anything. This is totally standalone. It is delicious. I can't wait for you to see just how beautiful this looks whenever we pull it out of the oven later. And I hope you make this because it is really quite delicious. We are all ready to put our chicken in the oven. I have the oven preheated to 350. We are going to cook it for about 30 minutes. We will check the temperature at about 25, 30 minutes. The temperature needs to be 155 whenever I pull it out. The great thing about this is because it's Hasselback, it will cook quickly because the chicken basically is pretty thin in most of the parts. So we'll go ahead and put it in and check it after 25-ish minutes. Our chicken is done. It smells great. It looks so pretty. And it took about 35 minutes. Oh, look how nice it is. I like whenever the cheese starts to bubble on top and gets just a little hint of brown on it. Do you like that I'm cooking or talking with my hands using these oven mitts? I just really like this dish. I think it's fantastic. We are going to have a delicious dinner. We're serving it with prosciutto green beans, which you should also be able to find the recipe for on the channel, and some plain couscous. So I think it's going to be delicious, and stay tuned. We will be having dinner on the back deck and you can join us. So we're going to try our chicken, Matt. I'd say that feta stuffed chicken is in my top 10 of chickens I like the most. What about you? Is it in your top 10 or no?
That's a lot of chickens. No,
No?
no.
No is an okay answer. But I really
Chicken
like this.
Parmesan is my top 3.
Chicken parm is your top 3?
Yeah, because you can have it different ways.
Okay. Do you like
And then
chicken
chicken
parm?
and macaroni and cheese,
Okay.
a number of different ways, covers the rest of the top 10.
Okay.
Plus chicken tenders, I think, would be number
10. Okay, that's fair. Well, I really like this chicken. How's this taste?
Oh, it's very good. I like it.
Awesome. I really like it too. I can tell a difference in the stuffing with the fresh herbs. I don't know about you, but I think they really pop. What do you think?
Yeah, it's herbier.
Herbier. I was going for herbier, so that's a win.
Good. Well, it is. It's very, very good.
Cool. Good dinner.
It is. Good job.
And nice to be outside with our garden and our cute puppy.